Welcome to the York Legends Series, Season 1, Race number 6 here at Riki. This is the final race of the plate race swing here in the York Legends Series. Of course, mainly running on super speedways. 5 restrictor plate races actually on the schedule. And the last non-plate race will be next week. Well, I don't know if it'll be next week, but, you know, the next race at Mobile. So yeah, let's go and look here. Let's get the car started. And we have our starting command here from, I believe, Brendan Creason.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Riki Super Speedway. Drivers, start your engines!
Thank you, Brendan Creason, for that starting command. He will now hop in his car and quickly get it back going. He's one of the top starters, too. And there he goes. There goes off the rest of the field. So, before I show off the starting grid, I have an explanation here. My phone recently went through a software update, and the photo gallery no longer allows me to overlay pictures on top of other pictures, which means that from now on, the graphics are going to be a lot more basic. So as you can see right here, yeah, definitely different graphics. But anyway, the starting grid, row 13, and the last starting spot there is Zachary DeLello. Row 12 is the 11 of Little Icewall and the 7 of James Winter. Row 11 is Hope Wilmington and James Johnson. Row 10, Jacob Hertzner and Ryan Kendall. Row 9, Trivia May and Brady Wilmington. Row 8, Andrew Crockett and Brian Ferris. Row 7, Sportsfan 2009 and Caleb Marinelli. Row 6, Caleb Campbell and Zarek NASCAR Fan. Row 5, Scarlett Rose with a good qualifying run, alongside Dylan Kroom. Row 4, Extreme Chevy 2 and Grant Hoover. Row 3, Jake Hoover and Brendan Creason, the points leader. Row 2, Flammable Camaro and Eddie Benzie. And rounding out the front row is actually those two cars should be swapped. Shane Wensloff is on the outside pole, and Landon Markham has the pole and is the first repeat pole winner. I think I know why they got mixed up. It's because Landon's actually starting on the outside for this start. But yeah, Landon Markham starting on the outside instead of the inside. First time a pole sitter's decided to do that. But we are going to go for 10 laps here at Riki, 25 cars as usual, and we're underway here at Riki Raceway. Landon Markham with his teammate Flammable Camaro behind him, trying to go out front, and it's a Roush 1-2. The Fords have been strong. Look for them to possibly get up to the front here. There you can see the top 3 on your screen. As we are in lap 2 now, Shane Wensloff trying to make it happen. Dives to the inside of Flammable Camaro, but has no help. And look at that line of Fords. Eddie Benzie and Dylan Kroom, as well as Zarek NASCAR Fan, all following them. Now, the Pacific Racing cars all drop to the back, possibly waiting for a big one so that they can avoid it. Interesting strategy there. Shane Wensloff getting shuffled even further back, and look at those Fords. They're starting to pull away a little bit from that main pack. Landon Markham still the leader here at lap number 4, and they are 3 by 3 in the main pack. But as you can see, the Fords are pulling away. Look at that. That's something we haven't really seen other than in the, the Talladega race. Oh, there's a caution. Oh, the 18 of Ryan Kendall spins around. Will they all avoid him? Yes, they will, but the 32 got turned by the 26. Is he going to keep it off the wall? Yes, he will. James Johnson and Ryan Kendall both did great jobs keeping their cars clean. So here we have a replay to see what caused it. There's Ryan Kendall, the yellow car. And Zachary DeLello right behind him, and DeLello got into the back of him. Ryan Kendall barely misses the wall. Great job for him. And then you can see the Pacific Racing cars coming in, and oh, that's the end of that replay. Another angle, Ryan Kendall already sideways. And here come the Pacific Racing cars They all avoid him, but Hope Wilmington, trying to avoid Ryan Kendall, turned James Johnson, and Johnson made an incredible save in turns 1 and 2. Both cars are okay and will be able to continue with just quick pit stops. These 3 drivers will be in the field. Scarlett Rose, of course, making the driver swap. Just like last time, Scarlett got a little bit more on-track time this time around. She will make her official stop-motion return either in the Legend Series race at Riki or the Skittles Short Track Series on the Boss Motion Racing Network channel. But yeah, Sarah Cox now taking over that 09 for the final time this season. But yeah, we're going to have a restart. Landon Markham once again choosing the outside lane, and the top 5 is entirely Ford. General Motors has won all 5 races this season, if you count the Corvette win from Scarlett Rose at Omaha. The Fords trying to stop that win streak there for General Motors, and look at that, they're already 4 wide. The Caleb Campbell Motorsports car is going up on the outside. Caleb Campbell needs all the positions he can get to try to gain on Brendan Creason. Oh, Caleb Marinelli goes spinning. Creason is involved in the crash, as well as Brady Wilmington. Jacob Hertzner, it's the big one. Oh, Hope Wilmington got hit right at the end. Wow. Hope Wilmington, Angel Crockett involved. It has just been a crash-filled season for Angel Crockett. Brendan Creason, Zachary DeLello, Caleb Marinelli, Jacob Hertzner, and Brady Wilmington. The biggest hits, of course, coming to Creason and Wilmington. They were 1st and 3rd in the points, respectively. Brendan Creason, this is the first DNF he is going to have all season. And also, James Johnson was involved in the wreck, too, but was able to. Here you can see him driving it back into the pits. He's going straight to the garage. That car is totaled. Let's go and see what happened. So watch in the back, watch the orange car in the 3rd lane, all by himself. Creason right next to him. I think Creason tried to get behind him, but hooked him instead. Trivia May barely misses it. Brian Ferris also barely misses it. Ryan Kendall, oh, he got a little bit of damage as well. He was also involved. Hope Wilmington almost made it through, but Creason came up the track right into her. Another look at it. Again, Brendan Creason right there. Or not Brendan Creason, Caleb Marinelli in the 31. Defending winner at Talladega. He's not going to go 2 in a row today. He also had a nice top 2 streak going on. He got 2nd place at Tiburon. Unfortunately, not going to be in a good spot here. Both Richard Childress Racing cars involved, as well as 3 of the Pacific Racing cars. Brady Wilmington up on top of James Johnson there for a moment. The other Pacific Racing car, Sarah Cox up there, able to miss the crash. But yeah, the biggest hit there, Brendan Creason. And that is great news for Caleb Campbell, because basically most of his points competition is wiped out. So Ryan Kendall got damaged in that last crash, but is back out on the racetrack, fortunately. This is good for Caleb Campbell. He might get the points lead after this race if things shake out the way they do now. So once again, the 5 Fords leading. The Fords have dominated. Landon Markham has led every lap up to this point, still trying to get his first Left Turn Productions channel win. Lap 7 of 10, green flag back in the air. And immediately he gets in front of his teammate. Made sure that he got all the way past the start-finish line before he changed his lane, because he got nabbed for that at Tiburon. Eddie Benzie got shuffled through the middle. He wasn't able to hook up with the rest of the Fords. Only 3 laps remaining now. Camaro to the outside. Comes back to the inside, and now as Eric NASCAR fan, I see Shane Wensloff and teammate Trivia May trying to pick off those Fords one by one. Is there enough laps to get up there, though? Dylan Crooms next up, there in 3rd place. He's had a nice string of finishes recently. 2 laps remaining. Flammable Camaro up to the outside again. I think he's just trying to test for the last lap. And once again, Shane Winslow dives. Oh, caution's out. There's a car stopped in turn number 3. And it is the 18 of Ryan Kendall. That car has quit running entirely. The car had a lot of damage and was very slow on that restart and in the ensuing laps. And his car just quit running in turn number 3. And that's going to bring out the caution. And will bring us into overtime. This might hurt Landon Markham, because now Shane Wenslow's going to be right up there in, I believe, the 3rd position, as he was able to get around Dylan Kroom. Yeah, so now they have a couple of City Lights racing cars behind them on this ensuing restart. We're going to go into overtime. Again, Markham's led the whole way, but can he finish off the job? Green flag back in the air. He's going to get in front of him. Oh! Dylan Kroom bumps Shane Wenslow. And now there's 3 Fords at the front again. 4 by 4 already. Here comes Little Iceball in the 11. He's having an excellent run in that number 11 car. And now look at that. Zarek NASCAR fan has rejoined the fray. In fact, there's 6 Fords lined up now. The pack was trying to pick off the Fords and get them separated, but it actually gained them another Ford to help. But now, will they play nice here on the last lap? Will they try to take the win away from each other? Benzie and Kroom going up to the outside, but it looked like Flammable Camaro was about to make a run for the win, but it's not going to happen. Dylan Kroom to the inside, Landon Markham outside, both looking for their first wins on the channel. Here they come, to the line, Landon Markham gets it in a 3-wide photo finish as they crash behind them. Wow, incredible finish here. Landon Markham. Wow. So here's the replay of the finish here. Landon Markham gets his first win on the channel in record-breaking fashion. So here you can see the replay. Dylan Kroom got underneath Shane Wenslow, pulled the same trick that Wenslow pulled on him. And then it's just them up there. Shout out to Little Iceball, whose car is probably the slowest car in the field. He's able to work it up to a top 10 finish. Good job for him. And then you see all those Fords get together. Again, the pack was trying to separate all the Fords, but separate those 5 Fords, but it ended up giving them a 6th one. As you can see, Extreme Chevy 2 is in the mix there, but I think he fell back a little bit. So this is the white flag lap. Dylan Kroom and Eddie Benzie ruined any chance the Flammable Camaro had of making a move for the win. As Kroom ducks down to the inside. And it is very close at the line. 3 wide. Flammable Camaro almost got it after all. Zarek NASCAR fan got turned around, I think, by the 11. And it is a Ford top 4. It was almost a Ford top 5, but Shane Wenslow nabbed that fifth position. You could see just how close it was for Landon Markham. He leads every single lap. He led flag to flag. He never gave up that lead. And that is something that we definitely did not expect to happen in this series. You see Brian Ferris, Jake Hoover, James Winner, and Sarah Cox among those that crash across the finish line. They will still get to finish the race. So here are your results. Landon Markham, of course, he has been around since York Cup Series Season 3. He finally gets his first win on the channel. Dylan Kroom, another 2nd place finish. That's the 2nd one in a row, I believe, for Kroom. After such an awful season, or such an awful start to the season, he's starting to find his stride in these last 3 races. The plate race swing has been very nice to him. Flammable Camaro finishes 3rd. That might be actually really helpful for him in the points, because he was 4th in points heading in. Eddie Benzie finishing 4th. He needed that good run. He hasn't had a great season. Shane Wenslow in 5th as well. It's just been crash after crash after crash this season. Good to see that he finally is able to finish one of them. Extreme Chevy 2 finishes 6th. Nice solid run for that car. All 3 Penske cars finishing inside the top 6. Trivia May finishing in 7th. Little Iceball 8th. Brian Ferris 9th. And Zarek NASCAR Fan rounds out the top 10. So all 6 Fords finishing inside the top 10. And this is the first time a Ford has won this season. 11th through 20th right here. None of the Caleb Campbell Motorsports cars were able to get a top 10, even though all 3 of them were up there near the end. Grant Hoover 11th, James Winter 12th, Caleb Campbell 13th, Jake Hoover 14th, Scarlett Rose getting credited with 15th after Sarah Cox drove the second half of the race. Sportsfan 2009 rounds out the cars that finished the race. Then you have Ryan Kendall, who just can't catch a break this season. Really, it seems like both of the yellow cars, him and Hope Wilmington, just can't catch any breaks this season. Maybe yellow was a bad luck color. James Johnson finishing in 18th. That is actually his worst finish this season. He's been surprisingly consistent, but just instead of finishing around 5th, he's finishing around 12th every race. But yeah, surprisingly consistent. I think maybe one of the best worst finishes for that team. Caleb Marinelli, Jacob Hersner, Brendan Creason, Brady Wilmington, Zachary DeLillo, Andrew Crockett, and Hope Wilmington round out the field here. And here is the points. You probably wanted to see this. The points battle is heating up. Brendan Creason, despite crashing out of the race, still holds the points lead, but only by 1 point over Flammable Camaro and by 4 points over Caleb Campbell. So the points battle with 2 races left, probably going to come down between those 3. Caleb Campbell always seems to find a way to get into the points battle in any of my series. It just seems he's always there. Brendan Creason trying to have a career season as far as his stop motion racing career. Surprisingly, still has yet to win in the NOS Energy Premier Series, but maybe this will give him a boost to his confidence. And Flammable Camaro came out of nowhere seemingly, but he has been pretty consistent all season. Trivia May takes over the 4th position now. She is 20 points back. Brady Wilmington 21 points back. James Winter 28 points back. So those 3 could possibly get involved in the championship battle if these top 3 don't have a very good race next race at Mobile, but it's pretty unlikely. But if we were generous, we would include those, or maybe get rid of James Winter. I don't know. Dylan Kroom, after being dead last in points in race 3, has made his way all the way up to 7th after 3 top 5s in a row. You gotta give Dylan Kroom a pat on the back there. He has really launched out of the gate after his 5th place at Tiburon, and then he finished 2nd at Talladega, and now he finished 2nd again. James Johnson in 8th, Caleb Marinelli 9th, Zarek NASCAR Fan 10th, and then Shane Winslow, Andrew Crockett, Landon Markham now a winner. All these guys probably out of contention, but look at how close it is between them. There's like 10 drivers all within 10 points of each other. It's really close for these spots right here. You have Jacob Hersner, Jake Hoover, these cars that haven't really had very good seasons. Grant Hoover, that's personally a surprise to me to see him that far back. Zachary DeLillo as well. But yeah, you see Ryan Kendall, Hope Wilmington, Little Icewall there, Scarlett Rose, haven't had good seasons at all. But yeah, congratulations to Landon Markham, finally getting that first win on the channel. He's been trying for so long. But yeah, that's a feel-good story for sure. But the next race is at Mobile, and it is actually an extended race. It will be 16 laps, the most out of any race this season, just to make it that much more interesting. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Left Turn Productions, signing out.